What's going on, everybody? I'm Sean. This is Anthony. And this is the Spooky Spooky Horror Show.
Hello.
Today, we are going to be talking about probably one of my favorite indie found footage horror films.
Oh, is this taking over Hell House?
That's why I said one of. Like, I love the first Hell House. I legitimately
still watch those fucking things. Just randomly.
I know. You're welcome.
Fucking dude, I swear they're great ass fucking movies. I mean, it's not like great, like, oh my god, it's just like they're great to put on.
It's like for what it is, it's really good. And I hold the House October build in the same vein. Tonight we're going to be reviewing and spoiling the 2014 American found footage horror film, The House October Build. But first,
clowns in it.
Yeah. But first, Anthony, how has your week been?
Terrible, actually. Yes, we lost my grandmother. That was real fun. Landlord is attempting to try to kick us out because we need to get our meter repaired, which is literally a safety hazard. So it's a shitty ass week. So how was your week?
People, I am haunted.
I was gonna say, the fucking podcast is haunted, everybody.
Yeah, ever since I went
just going an extra step for the podcast, just a little bit further. We got a ghost, the real one here.
I wish I have the videos on my phone. I haven't put anything on
a ghost?
on the computer yet. When I went and stayed at the haunted hotel in Galveston.
Oh yeah. How'd the boy do? I mean, he's older though. He's good at that scary shit, right?
We didn't tell him
it was fake though.
We didn't tell him it was haunted until we got there.
You're such a good dad. Oh, that's such a good dad move, then.
We got there. Because first we went to the Houston Space Center. We did all that shit. Then we drove the rest of the way down to Galveston and checked into the hotel. We got up there. We were like, hey, do you want to, let's go to the beach. It's right across the street. We could just walk over.
To the beach.
He's never been to the beach. Like.
Oh, technically, yeah. He's never been to the beach. Because we went to that big ass thing of water, and wasn't that like a giant lake, man-made lake?
Yeah. So he walked around. He was like, oh, this is cool. Then we went back. We went in the pool. We did all that stuff. Then we went back up to the room, and I was like, oh, hey, by the way, what's cool about this hotel? It's haunted. And he was like, what? Are you serious? And that's when my wife turned around and went through the entire history of the hotel.
Oh, why would she do that?
We stayed in room, I think it was 538, something like that. The most haunted floor in the hotel is the 5th floor. No, everything that we've looked up on this hotel.
That's like the hard level.
Room 501 is supposed to be the most haunted room. And then at 9:30, we're like, let's just go to sleep. We've had a long day. We'll wake up early and go do stuff.
And they said no.
9:30, the lights just randomly started flashing. Not all of them, just the one right next to the beds. And we're looking and we're like, what the hell's going on? So we turn the light off and it still starts flashing. And we're like, what the fuck? So then we turn it back on and it flat. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Do we just deal with it?
Dude, that's in Texas, you said, right?
Yeah, Galveston.
We gotta take another trip out to Texas. You guys are gonna stay there.
What the fuck is going on right now? That scared him so much. The lights flickering, because then it's all of a sudden it's like, because he was like, "You're doing that, right?"
Is there an off button?
No, it did it for an hour, and then I turned the light off.
And too bad.
No, he was fine until that happened, and then he thought it was me doing it, and we were like, no, it's not me. I moved to the other side of the room to be like, look, it's not me. He slept with all the covers on top of him, and his body is so hot all the time that
he sweated his ass off.
He was drenched in sweat. But yeah, so that was my last weekend. So we're back, but we still only have a couple of episodes left for this season. I was talking to Anthony about this earlier. We're gonna get to episode 25 and then take like a month off so we could do some prep work on other possible movies. But okay, so the House October Built, it was a 2014 found footage horror film, and it was also the directorial debut of Bobby Rowe. It was produced by Zach Andrews and Steven Snyder, and it tells the story of 5 friends who are stalked by a group of mysterious and disturbed individuals on the road trip to find like the ultimate haunted house. And I think they're filming a documentary. I think that's what the whole point was. They were doing a film, right?
It was very don't ask me, because it is very confusing. Was I watching a documentary or was I watching a found footage?
Yeah,
because they don't really.
Well, the documentary aspect,
very much.
The documentary aspect would be found footage, like the way that they're shooting it, because like she's doing interviews with people. So I could have sworn, like I've seen this movie probably like 20 times. I'm fairly certain.
But
at some point they're talking about like they're for a film they're trying to find like the ultimate haunted house. They want to find like the blue skeletons. That's why it's like they're interviewing all these people, because like a bunch of the film is intercut with interviews that the actress Brandy does with guests at haunted house attractions and the workers, who are just the weirdest fucking people I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, so Rowe and Andrew both star in this alongside Brandy Schaefer, Mikey Rowe, the I think little brother to Bobby, and Jeff Larson.
With the long hair, or
no. I think Bobby Rowe is the one that caught Mikey fucking the chick in the trailer. Him, like he shows up and he's like setting up all the cameras, and then Mikey comes out in his underwear. Yeah. That's those two are brothers. Okay. Filming for the House October Built was partially filmed in several haunted house attractions. It was given a limited theatrical release on October 10th, 2014, and then was released on home video on January 6th, 2015. Anthony, what are your spoiler-free thoughts?
My spoiler-free thoughts, legitimately, watch this fucking movie. It's fucking fun. I like found footage, so it kind of hit all those aspects.
You're welcome for that.
Yes, usually. Thank you. I like the fact that it was a found footage. I also like that it was somewhat little comical, a little bit scary, and then they get like real hardcore into fucking down a rabbit hole. But I'll explain that one later. My theory behind how it's absolute bullshit. And then what else? Spoiler free. The only disappointment I really had in it is what I'll touch on later. But if you're going to haunted houses all the time, you should be really watered down with this shit. So like, I don't understand how they do these fucking.
I think everyone else was. The whole point, I think, for Brandy being there is she's scared of everything.
So like she's just scare factor. So yeah, she's supposed
that's
to
why
be
she's
the screaming blonde.
She's the one. If you notice, she's always the one that's sent in first.
Yes, first.
It's usually just her and one other person. Yeah.
So she's basically like all the back in the day, the screaming blonde that runs out the campsite and shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking dumb. They don't need that. They didn't need that shit in fucking well, they did use a girl in LLC.
Yeah.
They did use her, not in the same way, but she did make her like a kind of a main character of focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, good movie.
Yep. I'm along with
I couldn't find it. I couldn't find can Sean, can you let them know where they can watch it for free? Because I couldn't find it, so I actually bought it. Woohoo!
Oh, you bought it?
So now fuck yeah, I got the hijack.
I think I watched it on Tubi.
See, I didn't have that in here. I had that downstairs on the living room. But I just fucking bought it. It was $3 on Amazon. I was like, it looked really good. It's not mine.
And I've been saying it's a good movie. I'm right there with Anthony. I really like this movie. It's a lot of dumb fun, and later on I'll go into, as a filmmaker, I really do appreciate like seeing people that have, I don't want to say no money. They had money, but they didn't have like a lot of money to go and film stuff. and I'll go into more about like the shit that they went through for the film. It's just, I still have to like, I'm thinking for season 2, just giving bad movies. You look at this and, you know, some people could see this movie and be like, this movie isn't good. And it's like, well, think about the money that they had, what they had to go through to do the production. It's all real locations. And then I'm going to juxtapose that with, here are people that had kind of around the same amount of money to make a film, and this is what they made. Yeah. If you're comparing it, like, this may not be the best found footage film that you've ever seen, but it's not a bad one. It's a like, no, not at all. For me, this is a good solid 4 out of 5. It's like, if it's on, I will watch it.
Oh, I would definitely watch it now.
Sequel.
Did I see that shit on?
Sequel, which it's on Tubi. If you didn't buy it already, it's on Tubi. I would recommend watching that on Tubi. But
definitely not that you said it like that.
But yeah, like, again, 2 isn't bad. I don't like where they went. That's what I'll say to that. I didn't like where they went with it.
Yeah, don't whatchamacallit.
Yeah. Same thing with like Hell House LLC, the way I explained all of that, where I didn't want to give away shit in the sequels, but like I was preparing you like, hey, 2 will explain a lot of stuff, 3 is just gonna be like they're throwing shit at a wall.
Okay. And that worked out too.
Yeah. So yeah, we're both solidly in the camp of go watch this movie. This is a good movie. Okie dokie. So the film starts with media coverage of haunted houses like Camden Park, and then cuts to media coverage of like real life horrors that have happened at haunted house attractions, like teens that have gone missing, sex offenders working at the attractions, and then we get a dazed and bloodied Brandy being put in the trunk of a car and driven off as she wakes up scared and disoriented. 6 days earlier at Cowboy Palace in Tyler, Texas, a group of friends from Ohio, Brandy, her boyfriend Zach, cameraman Jeff, Bobby, and Mikey decide to take a trip to some of America's scariest haunted house attractions.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I know you're reading the script. Where do you live?
Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Just think about this whole entire video for a second. This whole entire movie is majority of Texas. And a good amount of places mean you have been.
There's one of those attractions that they go to. Like,
I'm pretty sure I've been.
Every time I drive to Dallas, like I go past a billboard for it. Yeah, like every single time.
So watching this was kind of weird. Can you not? I mean, honestly, think about that. It was kind of weird. I was like, wow, I know all these fucking places.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry. I just like a little fun fact for everybody. Yeah. Both of us have pretty much been in these locations. Yeah. Like
all of these, like these places are real places. These are real. I don't 100%. I don't know if after COVID a lot of them have
stayed. Yeah, a lot of them closed.
But yeah, so they decide to visit some of America's scariest haunted house attractions in the days leading up to Halloween. I don't know how they're going to see some of America's scariest when they got like 6 days and an RV. You know, it's gonna take you like 2 days just to get out of Texas. So
it does. Yeah. It does, everybody. If you're planning on driving, don't.
They plan to record their experiences and interviews and interview the actors who work there. As they get drunk, we get video footage of Brandy interviewing someone that runs a haunt, and he disturbingly reveals the establishment's failure to perform background checks, and that maybe they'll get to doing them in the future.
Oh, that's real convincing, you know.
What?
Yeah.
What? Hey, these people that are going to be trying to like scare you and poking you and prodding you.
Yeah, we don't even know about them. No background checks.
They could be sex offenders. We all know.
No. We don't need to be saving of them.
I know, right?
Dark corners of flashing lights, children around.
Yeah. The next morning, Bobby wakes up. The next morning, Bobby walks up to the RV to set up cameras when his brother Mikey scares him. Mikey is in his underwear, and Bobby asks why he's there. Mike tells him that he's there early so that nobody complained that he's late. He tells his brother that after the party last night, he came to the RV so he could be responsible. And then a big-breasted woman with the titties walking out comes out of the bedroom. The rest of the group arrives. They decide to begin with a well-known haunted house first, though their main goal is to locate an extreme haunt that's known as the Blue Skeleton. It's a mysterious group that moves to a different location, secret locations, every year, and is said to employ real torture and illicit. It's said to use like real torture to elicit scares. On the way to the first hunt, they talk about their first experience with haunts. Apparently, Zach punched a scare actor when he was a kid, and that's really the only story we get from them. It's like, oh, what was your first blah blah blah, and then we get one person talking about it. That's it. Nobody else talks about their shit.
Yeah.
So now, first up, we have. I'm trying to remember where this is. We have haunted house in Cato Mills, Texas. But they don't know the exit to take, even though Bobby says he has it all planned out. I would think if you're on a road trip and like you got 6 days to hit as many of these places as possible, you would have like a very detailed like map of where to go.
Dude, they were disorganized as fuck.
Yeah. It was like,
the timeline didn't make any sense because they were driving, and I'm like,
yeah,
you had 6 days to do all this, and you just kind of like you were going off word of mouth.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to get lost in Texas. Honestly, it's like one turn and you're like 14 miles before you have to turn around.
Yep. And it's not like we have streetlights.
No, there's none.
They stop at a roadside store to get directions and then hit the road. This time while driving, they read one of Jeff's terrible poems. And I'm pretty sure it's Jeff that also raps later.
Oh, dude, that was a mint rap. I don't want to hear any hate on that.
Are you talking about the one with the beard or the terrible fucking white boy rapping?
I think it's a white.
Because Mikey does one about a beard, like beard oil or something.
Yeah, I think.
But I think it's Jeff doing some weird fucking Ohio white boy rap. That
one was good, bro.
Oh God,
dude, that was fun. He put his soul into that, man.
Yeah, I don't give it.
He put it in.
Return it.
Put the work.
Yeah, fucking
you said return your soul. It doesn't fucking matter no more.
Guess what, people? During the day, haunted house attractions are not scary. I didn't know if you knew that, but yeah, looking at this in the broad daylight, it's like this is not. How could you be scared of this shit? I think the scariest shit is looking at the people that work there. Like it's just weird.
It looks like a fucking rundown, like a town.
Yeah. But later that night, the haunt is in full effect. There's live music, everyone's partying, and at some point they put Brandy in a coffin and close it. She freaks the fuck out, calling them all dicks because they know she's claustrophobic. But now,
I actually sat there. Fun fact, everybody. I sat there, almost squealing like a little girl, every time they went to that scene with her. Do you want to know why? John, do you want to know why?
Why?
I am deathly afraid of the sound of nails on like scratching down things or I'm gonna gag or breaking. I honestly really fucking hate it. And knowing me and Megan were sitting there watching it, I'm like, this is a scene that we know for a fact looks like one of the ones that the nail would pop. The nail would pop on the coffin.
Dude, you look like you're gonna vomit.
Because I'm thinking about it and I've got the fucking sound in my head, dude. I'm telling you. And then the whole time you're sitting there, it never fucking happened. Bro, that's so fucking disgusting. My stomach hurts. Oh my God. But you know that sound, right? Like, oh my God. Yeah. They did it in the ring. Oh my God. Oh. With a nail. The nail went through the.
Hey, guess what? This is gonna.
Don't throw up. Don't throw up on straight. Fuck me, man. We're moving on. Move on. Move on. I'm gonna fucking hurl. Just move on.
Yeah, this is gonna be the clip for social media.
Oh my God. Oh, God, fuck me. I don't get squeamish, but that's like the one. That's the one fucking thing I can't do. Is fucking nail. Move on. Read the script. Damn it. Oh God.
I forgot where it was.
Oh my God, it's fucking gross.
Now it's time for the actual
I got tears.
Okay.
I got tears.
Now it's time for the actual attraction. Brandy leads the charge because she's already a scaredy cat. As I said earlier, there's some good jump scares sprinkled in throughout this house. They eventually come across a creepy girl with like a full like porcelain doll head.
Oh my God, bro!
And she is fucking creepy.
Oh man, that was good. I mean, and then I have to say, all of the really good ones are done like really professionally. Like these
Yeah.
guys spent a lot of money on these. If these were like
Yeah.
attractions,
Yeah.
they were like movie quality.
The girl whispers some creepy shit, and then she disappears into the darkness.
Kill you. That's fucking rest.
Then Brandy and the group are chased out by a dude with a chainsaw, and Brandy even points out that these places just love to run people out of the houses with chainsaws. It's like that's like the end of all these things. You're being chased out with a chainsaw.
I said it to the wife. I was like, what better way to end it than with a chainsaw? How much more terrifying than you? You know, that's the best.
Yeah. Bobby doesn't care about the haunts. He wants to talk to the workers. So him and Zach walk up to a worker on break and interview him, asking if it's true that the shady shit that happens in these haunts is like actually does happen. And the worker confirms their suspicions that shady shit happens all the time. When they ask what kind of stuff, it immediately cuts to Mikey, who is probably my favorite character, but also the most problematic character in this movie, deciding that he's going to almost famous this shit and climb up this random ladder that leads to a roof of a building and scream into the crowd of patrons, "I am a Halloween god." It's like, dude, fuck, you're gonna get people shot. You're in like fucking bumblefuck nowhere, Texas. You're gonna get shot.
Yes.
As you would have guessed it, this manages to piss off like every one of the haunt workers, which you just don't do. No, and keep in mind,
or carny folk.
Yeah, keep in mind, like I said, these are all real haunted attractions. The places they went to, and like, I don't know if for the movie they got like pre-approval to like shoot stuff, or if they just said, "Fuck it, this will be great for the movie." So are you saying that
some of those? Are you seeing some of those scenes where they're like, "What's up with the camera?" Or like that's really them getting upset?
I don't know. All I know is the
that
haunted
would be a twist.
The haunted places, like the haunted attractions that they went to, were real haunts, like you can go to. So like they went during Halloween and like filmed this shit, like when the stuff was happening. So it's like the workers that they talked to were real people, like the real workers and everything. So it's like when it comes to this scene, him climbing up there, did he get permission to do that? Or did they just like go, "Well, fuck it, it'll be good for the film," and they climb up and he's like, "I'm a Halloween god," and then like they're like, "Yo, get them the fuck down," because if you look at the security guards that are like pointing up and being like, "Hey, that," at them, they don't look like they're in on it.
But
like, they look like they're pissed.
Need that liability. It's bad enough it's a fucking haunted house.
Yeah,
I gotta think there's liability.
Yeah, they hurry down and try to run away, but are accosted by a guy in a clown suit, and he tries to break Bobby's camera. Cut to them pulling out of the parking lot when the RV is blocked by the same dude in a clown costume. They just like blare their horn, and then they're like, "Just go around him." So then they just, drive around him. So it's like scary for a moment, like, "Oh God, what's gonna happen?" Until you realize, and then just go around. Just go around.
Go around. Like a normal fucking human being.
Cut to more B-roll of Brandy interviewing some more scare actors. They find some place to sleep for the night. It looks like they just pulled over to the side of the road, but when you're in an RV, you can pretty much park anywhere and go to sleep.
But they were like, no, but that was a weird spot for them to park. Yeah, like they legitimately was just side of the road. Normally, you try to go off the road.
Yeah. It like, I don't know. Like at first I was like, "Oh, are they pulling into like a gas station rest stop?" But then it's like there's nothing else around them and woods on both sides. So I feel like they just went off onto like some like dirt road and just were like, "Yeah, we'll just park here." It's like, all right, I don't know. Some of them are woken up by faint shuffling and running outside the RV. Mikey goes to check and wait, are they being recorded yet? I think this isn't where they're being recorded yet. No, that's okay. Yeah, that's later. I was trying to remember, like,
is all this the one where you can see he zooms in with the clown in the background?
Yeah, like when he's like walking out and looking, and then his brother scares him. Yeah, that's this.
Yeah, because she's like, "Oh yeah, well they didn't know he was there." I'm like, but he zoomed in on the fucking thing. It wasn't edited. He saw it and never said anything to anybody. Yeah. We'll touch on that one later on in the fucking cast.
They don't immediately see anything, so Mikey goes out there to look around. It's pitch black, and then he's scared by the sound of like a bird or something. And then Bobby jumps up from behind him and scares him. Mikey falls to the ground. He laughs, ha 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 ha, and then they go back inside to sleep the rest of the night. Mikey gets Zach high, and I guess it's Zach's first time getting high, because holy shit, can he not handle his high? Like, he is all kinds of fucked up and cannot contain his giggles. They apparently have 2 hours to sober up because they're almost at their next destination. They start talking about their fears, and Brandy says her greatest fear is snakes. Mikey chimes in that he hates snakes too. They then discuss, since Brandy and Mikey are both scared, both hate snakes, how much would it cost to put Mikey in a coffin with snakes? Zach offers $1,000. Mikey says no, because fuck that. Like, you're not putting me just in a coffin, period, for anything under 5K. Like, that's just not happening. I don't know what you're going to do afterwards. Brandy says that she would do it, which Zach specifies the coffin would be closed and a hole would be cut in it to let snakes through. So she's like, okay, 5,000. Wasn't Brandy just scared half to death when she was put in a coffin before? She was screaming, I'm claustrophobic. Now it's $5,000, and it's like, well, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with two things that I'm deathly afraid of.
Anybody's gonna fucking pull a price on something.
Just like you're claustrophobic and you hate snakes, but for 5K, you're like, nah, I'll do it. I don't care about those fears. Like, that's I don't know.
Fears? What fears? I don't need no fears.
For me, with it being fears, it just seems like a low number to put.
5,000 is a low number.
So you're deathly you're claustrophobic and deathly afraid. That just seemed like odd to me. The next hunt, they will be doing some paintballing of zombies. They decide since they got some time, they're gonna pull over and do like a bonfire at a campground. The paintball zombies.
Yeah.
They decide since they got some time, they're gonna pull over and do do like a bonfire at a campground. They have some beers and whatnot. They set everything up. It looks like the camp had recently been used, and while they're drinking, Jeff starts rapping. I find it awful and awkward. Anthony apparently likes it.
Pull up the rap.
It would take so long for me to find like that specific rap.
This is the rap I wrote this morning. Living in the barn is the life for me. Green Hill Farm is the place to be. If you pee on a fence and you hate your wiener, don't be looking at my turkey because he ain't for dinner. 4 a.m. and the cows get out. No dessert till you crush that sauerkraut. Got a barn full of hay, a fire with some s'mores, mom yelling, chickens, chores. Ain't no arcade till that shit gets shoveled. What you looking at, fool? This is life in a bubble.
It's terrible. Mikey starts. I don't know if he's rapping or just talking about beard oil, but then a creepy dude comes walking up behind them with like voodoo makeup on. The guy creepily asks like what they're doing at his fire.
Oh, I know. That was so awkward.
Yeah. It's like,
what are you doing to my fire? Why the fuck are you living out here in the woods?
Yeah. It's like, I hope you're enjoying my fire. They ask where he lives. He says in the woods. They make some offhanded backwoods joke, and the dude takes offense. And he's like, what do you mean backwoods?
You better have something to say quick after they ask you, what do you mean by that?
No, because you know what I would say? It's exactly what do you mean by backwoods? It's exactly what I mean, dude.
Woods.
What are you fucking talking about? You're living in the middle of the fucking woods. Not in a house, not in a cabin. You don't even have a sleeping bag. It's like fucking nothing. You're just walking around. You're a creepy ass backwoods stereotype. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Like, be different. Like, I don't know. Like, now we go.
No go.
Yeah. Now we go and we paintball some zombies at Rise in Eureka, Texas. It's the zombie evacuation route. This is, I don't know, whatever. They drive through, they shoot some zombies and some zombie scarecrows, and they shoot like zombie scarecrows, and then I think heavily padded people, like wearing like football pads and stuff, run up, and then they get shot up a bunch. They're all super excited about the zombie thing. I think they catch the creepy clown dude in the background, and right?
Yeah.
The creepy clown dude is there. And then as they're pulling out, that creepy chick with the porcelain doll face is standing in the way, blocking all the cars and stuff. So
No, she wasn't blocking. No. She wasn't blocking.
She was blocking their RV.
I don't know. They got out of the car.
Yeah, Mikey got out and went to go talk. So yeah, like we just said, Mikey gets out to go check on her because he's a good dude, or like we'll see throughout the rest of the film, he might be trying to fuck her. Like, oh god, he's an instigator, but he also fucks everything that moves. So
I did say, I was like, you don't sit on the couch, dude. Don't do it. You're gonna get fucking arrested. Yeah. You're getting arrested.
So he goes out, he talks to her for a minute, and then he just turns around and walks inside, and she follows him back into the RV. It is super creepy because she's not saying anything.
It's,
They
creepy isn't the word.
they ask if she needs help. She looks around for a minute and then lets out the most
This
awful fucking
terrifying.
yell. The second that happened, I probably would have beaten the shit out of her and thrown her out of the RV and
They
just sped
all
off.
sat there. They were
Yeah.
sat there
No.
like, da,
No.
da, I'm in shock. I'd be like, get the fuck out my goddamn
Yeah.
RV.
This is one of those things that her screaming on the couch is actually in the trailer for the movie.
Yes,
Um,
it is.
It's no. I'm not.
It's fucking weird.
The fact that I think at first he says like she just followed me in, but I think later he said, what was I supposed to do? She looked like she needed help, so I invited her.
Yeah, he does say
So
that.
it's like Mikey's already giving us two conflicting fucking like things. But no, you don't see what this chick looks like. She could like no, it's fucking weird. And then she sits there, she's so quiet and just staring at everyone, and then the scream. It's
And
like,
why
no,
does
get
she
the
still
fuck out.
have the fucking makeup on?
Yeah, it's like no.
That's
no,
creepy.
I want no part of it. No,
I wash my hands of this, sir.
I am all the way good. Cut to more B-roll of Brandy. Yeah. Brandy interviewing people at a haunted house attraction, and then it's the next morning and it's 3 days to Halloween. A lot of the interviews that Brandy does, like they don't mean it. They don't do anything, I guess. I don't really know. I think it's supposed to be like, oh, well, they were trying to film something and this is like just extra shit. They're discussing the creepiness of last night, and Zach brings up that the haunted house attraction that they are specifically looking for was in Dallas, and then it was in Houston, and that the haunt moves around, and the people on the forums keep bringing up blue skulls or blue skeletons. So he feels they need to get the password somehow from the backwoods hillbilly areas, and that will lead them to where this ultimate haunt is.
It's New Orleans? Yeah, New Orleans.
It ends up being New Orleans. Mikey seems to be the only one voicing concerns and wants to know exactly what ultimate haunt will be like. Is it them being chased without a chain on a chainsaw, or is it going to be them being chased with a chain on a chainsaw? How far do they go without hurting people, or do they actually hurt people? None of that is explained.
No. Yeah, they don't ever address that, actually. The whole entire movie, at the end, no one says yes or no to that. But, like, seriously, that's what I was saying, I think, off stream. I paid for you to scare me. If I wanted to not be scared, I would not be paying you to be there. I go home and watch a movie. So, I'm not expecting for you to hurt me, but do I think maybe if I was running out, I might get injured, or it's part of the experience.
But is part of the experience you walking through and like some dude, like one of the scare actors, like running through and pushing you up against the wall? Is one of them like going and like grabbing your wife's tit?
No, see, no, that's sexual assault.
Yeah, but where do you draw the line? Because even if he runs in and he grabs your chest, that's still sexual assault. You know, that's why there's and there are places.
Well, maybe I was feeling lonely in there.
That's why it's like there are places that do shit like that. I forget what place, but there's like a place.
See, but it's a disclosure. Don't you sign? Yeah, none of these places had that. But you would have a disclosure. That's why it's
like, because like there's a place in New York. I'm pretty sure it's New York. That
remember the one that was on Amboy Road?
Yeah, but like you sign like paper, and then you're basically blindfolded and stripped naked, and just left in a dark room.
What?
Yeah,
I'm not paying for that.
But you see, people do pay for that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's like
100%.
it's fucking stupid.
Fucking do that shit all the time.
It's like, because then it's like, well, they could do whatever. Like, understand what whatever means.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like,
an open-ended thing.
I'm fine with going to these haunts and people like jumping out and scaring, but even if I signed a waiver that's like, hey, you can like grab me and stuff, you're still gonna get punched in the face. You know, like, oh, but you signed a waiver to get scared. It's like, yeah, but
you didn't use your discretion on this. But
I am now the arbiter of where I'm okay with you going.
Yeah.
And if I'm like, hey, no, you're gonna get hit. Like that's why it's like I don't think places like that should exist, because then you run into like a whole bunch of stupid fucking lawsuits that happen because it's like, oh well,
Yeah.
you need to, you know.
So
So that's
many.
why it's like there's really good places that like they don't touch you at all, but they're just really good with the jump scares. And like that's fine. Like get stuff where it's like you'll like get sprayed with like a mist of something, like that's fine, but
Yeah.
any of the places where like
Interactive.
yeah, any of the places where like you're getting touched, absolutely not. I am 100% out, because the second I get touched, the second someone like gropes my wife in like a dark fucking place, like someone's getting beat the fuck up and the place is getting
The
burnt down.
fucking bullet and bits everywhere.
Yeah, so no. But yeah,
Man
next up
turned into
is
Tasmanian devil.
next up is the Terrorplex in Mansfield, Texas. I think it's Zach that has to take a piss, but the line is too long, so Mikey and everyone make fun of
Yeah.
him, stating that
Just
they're
be in the fucking woods.
they're in the middle of the fucking woods. Just go pee in the woods.
Be in the fucking woods. What kind of a sentence is that? The line was
So-
too long.
Yeah, it's like just pee. Just go pee. So he heads to the woods to go pee, and while he's out there taking a piss, he is attacked by a man in a fucking bunny suit. like
Or
no.
was he not attacked? Was he just messed with for the whole entire haunt?
Maybe, I don't know.
You know, they never answer any of the questions in this
Yeah.
movie.
When Mikey finds him after the muddy afterwards, the buddy so yeah, he scares him, the guy's like, ugh, and then the buddy man walks away, and then Mikey comes up on him and he's like, what are you doing? This haunt seems grosser than the other ones. Like
It does. It seems
watching
more,
the stuff, it gives like
graphic.
like an icky vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna touch something that's just
Dirtier,
gonna
not
be
clean.
sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
They
graphic.
They finally get into the haunted house, and it's gross. It looks like it's a mix of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Resident Evil 7. Throw in a little body horror experimentation stuff from like House of a Thousand Corpses. It's spooky. I like it. It seems like a cool haunt. At least one of the scare actors knew Brandy's name and was telling her that she's gonna die, so she runs out. They all follow. Brandy's clearly freaked out, but the rest of the group just is like, someone probably told her. Who? Give me a name of who. By saying someone probably told her, that means one of you told them this is her name, and that's fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to do. We now cut to more B-roll of a news report, this time of a haunt owner explaining that he read on a haunt owner's forum that an actor hung himself in a haunt. I don't remember if he said it was an accident or if he did it on purpose, but that nobody knew that it was a real person, and like people were going through the haunted attraction just seeing like this real dead person just like hanging around.
Yup. And you think about it, if it's, they probably startled around when he first did that, died, and then it's just sitting there. If you just had one that just hangs, no one would fucking know.
Yeah.
Not a single person. And then, I'm pretty sure they said they only found out when they were done
Yeah.
with the whole entire night.
Because probably smelled. Now.
Well,
they have
they went by to check on him. They knew that he was a real person.
yeah.
Like I would think that they know where their
you're
people
right.
are,
It's
and they go,
like,
"Hey, Dave, get off!" You know, "Hey, Dave," or whatever, and he doesn't move, and they're like, "Oh, fuck."
Dave?
Yeah.
But now they have a very special haunted attraction just for Mikey. It's zombie strippers at Mickey Martin's Ship Wheel in Shallow
What's the
Water.
weirdest fucking thing ever?
Yeah, Shallow Water, Texas. It's a strip club. You got naked ladies in zombie makeup
And
and masks, and
Very
the
odd.
guys are having the time of their lives. It's titties being rubbed in their face, and Brandy's just sitting there like a wet blanket. But it's
He might not like the puss.
I don't hold it against her. Like, you're supposed to be going to these haunted houses and stuff, and it's like, well, we want to take a titty break, and it's like, that's awesome. So it's like she's at a strip club, she's unwillingly at a strip club with her friends and her
But why
boyfriend.
not stay in the thing? Why don't you stay in the fucking thing if that's...
But it's like her boyfriend is in the strip club with her friends. So her boyfriend is getting lap dances and other girls' titties like rubbed in her face, and she's just sitting there having to watch it. Or she can go and sit in the RV.
Yeah.
And just be like, well,
Sit
what
in
the fuck
RV.
are they
If
doing?
you don't want to
there?
have the titties in your face, you know?
No.
Not all women like that shit.
But it's whatever. It's
But
the
if she
ladies were,
didn't like it, she should have said something to the boyfriend.
yeah. It was whatever. The ladies were hot. The masks were funny. No C-section scars to be seen. Next up is Phobia off US Highway 248 in Texas. The group tries to get in with their cameras, and it's a no-go. So Zach starts talking to some patrons about a haunt in Louisiana, revealing the infamous blue skeleton. Meanwhile, Mikey is getting himself into more fucking trouble trying to fuck another scare actress. A creepy clown spots...
Is this the fucking one with the couch? Him on the couch with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she's of age.
Oh no, no, it's nothing weird like that. Yeah.
And it's but yeah, so he's doing whatever. Wait, let me see. Did I cut all that out? Yeah. Oh man, I cut out all that stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So essentially, Mikey came across this big titty scare actress she's like barely in makeup. It's more she's wearing like a doctor jacket with her tits hanging out, and then like like fucking zombie makeup that was kind of like duct tape, not even duct tape, like scotch tape to her face. Like there's nothing there. And he's talking about like, hey, you ever like hook up in your scare makeup and stuff? It's fucking weird. Mikey's weird. Mikey's like shooting his shot. He's like, it's like fucking a girl in cosplay. It's like that's what he's trying to do. Only it was like all scare like fucking things and everything. But he has a low bar. He's just like he seems like he's just there to fuck whatever is there. And he's just like, oh, that's really cool, and you know, like all this stuff. Meanwhile, keep in mind there's cameras all throughout the RV.
Yes.
So
and
all
I'm like,
of that's
this
happening.
dude is just he's digging it in.
Yeah, it's like all this stuff is happening, and a creepy ass clown is walking past the RV and sees the camera. So all that stuff's going on. We don't see what. Oh, and then the girl's like, because she's like, I think she said something about like she's flexible or something. I don't remember what she said.
And then she does some weird dance on the fucking floor of the RV.
And Mikey's all like, oh yeah, well, I mean, like, why don't you like show me or something? So then she like takes her jacket off, exposing more of her titties, and she's just like writhing. It's weird. I don't fucking know. Like I said, Mikey's just shooting his shot. He's trying to get his dick wet. It then cuts to I guess all of that shit happened because now Mikey and Brandy run into Zach, and he's excited to tell them about news about Louisiana. There is no good, exciting news about Louisiana because it's Louisiana.
Is there ever? Yes, is there ever?
They head back to the RV and are accosted by that same creepy clown. He starts threatening them that he knows they were filming and all this and stupid shit. You know, what did he say? Do you know about yesterday? I wasn't born then, or something like that. And I was like, that is like the stupidest fucking hillbilly bullshit I've ever heard. Like, god damn it.
Well, they got it. They got the light in there.
Yeah. Then Mikey tells him to back up because he keeps getting in their face. He starts talking about he's gonna fuck Brandy or something. So they tell Brandy to go into the RV, and then they tell the clown to get the fuck out before they beat his ass down. Everyone goes their separate ways, but Mikey's pissed, and this is the second time one of the scare actors has
like physically
step to him. Yeah. They bring up, well, you probably shouldn't have been making a sex tape with like his sister or something, and Mikey says, I mean, there's no way she knew I was recording her. That is problematic. Mikey is problematic. That is not an okay thing to say.
He is always gotten into some shit.
Like it's funny, but like in a way that it's like he doesn't realize what he's saying is bad.
Oh,
it's
at
funny.
All.
It's funny in the way that like everyone in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh my god!
You know, like they're all terrible people. There's like no redeeming
they should not be allowed to. No, they are the worst of the worst.
But it's funny how just stupid they are, and this is kind of what Mikey is.
Yeah.
That night they set up camp, and someone is recording that. This is okay. So this is where they set up the when they're getting recorded. That night they set up camp, and someone is recording them from the woods. The intruder gets into the RV while they're sleeping. I don't care how tired I am. I can hear people walking around.
Yes, dude, it made no sense to me. It's an RV. It sways.
It sways.
It was loud on the fucking camera.
I even have here
highlighted was way too fucking loud.
Yeah, it's like you can tell who's filming. You can tell by who's filming that they aren't quiet. The steps sound like they're bumping into shit, and
dragging their feet.
Yeah, and it's like if I'm in an RV, like there's no way you're comfortable sleeping in an RV.
No.
So it's not even like you're getting like a really good like rest. Like you're gonna hear people. Plus, it's like, how do they get in? Didn't they lock the door?
That's what I didn't understand. Did they lock the door? No one heard them. No one heard the door close. RV doors like have a spring to them.
Yeah, it's
All right,
like
they're
the
not
whole thing.
quiet. There's holes. I don't give a shit. It's a good fucking movie.
Yeah,
But I still say there's a lot of things they could have. I haven't seen the second one, but improved on.
Yeah, but I think they steal. I want to say Jeff's ID, and then they grope Brandy's face. Cut to more B-roll of Brandy interviewing scare actors. I'm also not putting in really any of the stuff that the scare actors and like the interview stuff say, because usually none of it is important.
No, they really didn't give any actual like contribution to anything.
The next morning, Zach calls Bobby and shows him something. He's a little freaked out. He shows him the video that was recorded by the intruder the previous night. And that it was posted on I put hot website. I'm assuming it auto-corrected a haunt website. He doesn't know how it was made because he doesn't know who could have filmed it, since they look at it and every one of them is in the film, like in the video. Zach says it's probably part of the blue skeleton stuff, so they just need to run with it.
That's
yeah, but Bobby is very much on the side of, we don't tell people or they're all just gonna leave. And that is
dangerous.
That's fucked up. You know what type of bullshit that is? That's zombie apocalypse. I got bit by a zombie, but I'ma hide it type bullshit.
Yes.
That's what 100%. That is. That is what that is. And so now we know that we do not trust Bobby. Bobby is not trustworthy.
He's looking for those likes.
They all want to leave, and Jeff is looking for his license, and Mikey goes to get a beer because apparently their fridge has nothing but beer and coconut water in it, and there's a cow's heart in the fridge, which causes Mikey to vomit up his beer.
Yeah, listen, that big ass dude couldn't handle that.
Yeah, well, he's probably a softie. He's a big old teddy bear.
It wasn't like a gory sight. It was a heart.
Or as you like to call him, like, oh hey, what is it you said before stream? You thought Ryan Dunn was dead?
Bro, he looks like pull that picture up. That man looks like Ryan fucking Dunn.
What was it? It's Mikey Rowe, right?
I'm telling you, these two could be fucking related to each other.
There you go. That is Mikey Rowe. Oh, I spelled it R-O-W instead of R-O-E. But yeah, when Anthony saw him, Anthony goes, "I thought Ryan Dunn was dead."
Yeah,
he is dead, like because that is not Ryan Dunn. That is Mike.
Like motherfucker Ryan Dunn. My hopes were crushed. I thought the man was back.
Like, why is my screen still like that? Boom. Okay. So where are we? Okay, so that happens. So he vomits that shit up, and it's like the smallest amount of vomit.
Grabs it.
Yeah. Driving to Louisiana, everyone is kind of out of it, but Zach hears from someone on a haunt website that they have to look for someone named Giggles at the D&D lounge in Baton Rouge.
Giggles. I hate fucking clowns.
Clearly, they've been set up. Oh, wait, that's something I wanted to bring up before. We'll backtrack.
Wow.
Okay. At the really gross one, I think it was like Rise, I guess it was called, like the last haunted attraction place that they went to. That's the one where they're talking to the clown, and they're like, "Hey, Mikey," and they asked, "What are you looking for?" And they said something like, "Oh, we're looking for sex offenders," and it's like, "Oh, I gotta go,
get out of here." Yeah,
and I was just like, "Oh, I don't like any of it. It's so fucking gross. I don't like it."
It is.
But okay, yeah, so they're driving to Louisiana. Everyone's out of it, but Zach hears from someone that on a haunt website that they need to look for someone named Giggles at the D&D lounge in Baton Rouge. Clearly, they're being set up. They don't realize it. I guess they're too stupid, but they're being set up.
I feel like the other dude knows and caught on, but doesn't care.
Yeah. They walk in blurting out that they're looking for Giggles and are told to sit at a table and wait. A creepy clown comes dancing up to them. He's super fucking weird. They ask if he's Giggles, and then they just proceed to get drunk. This is a very dumb, bad, very, very bad idea, right? Like, you're trying to find someone in some backwater Louisiana town from people off the internet saying, "Hey, you have to find this guy." everyone there looks creepy.
Dirty and cringy, and
Why-
like, they would have no problem eating your flesh.
Why are you getting drunk? Like, you
There's
could
so
just
many
drink on the RV. Like, there's no reason for you to like sit here and get like drunk in the place. But then it gets even worse. Because Brandy goes, I have to go to the bathroom. So she
No.
leaves to go to the bathroom. A
Okay.
couple of guys approach the team of explorers and tell them Giggles is waiting outside. Hold the phone. He won't talk to you on camera, so you better leave your camera on the table.
Camera off. Why was
This
such a big deal?
is a trap. Why are you doing this? Two Deliverance-looking motherfuckers come walking up to you like, hey there, Giggles is waiting for you outside, but don't you bring out that damn fancy damn camera. It's like, no. But then they go, okay. And then just leave the camera on the table and walk outside. What? Well, why are you leaving your expensive-ass property in a creepy-ass bar unattended? More importantly, why are you leaving one of your own, probably the most, like, vulnerable of your group, alone in a bar?
Yeah, most
Right.
scared fucking one.
Why did nobody sit inside and wait for Brandy with the camera?
Why did they put the camera down and didn't think anybody would steal it?
Yeah. There are 4 dudes and 1 chick. 2 of the guys could have gone outside and talked to this dude. 2 of them could have stayed inside.
We're just gonna do
You
the
know?
stupidest way possible.
Like, well, you know, everyone goes outside and wouldn't you know it, the 2 dudes that told him Giggles is waiting outside picks up the camera and then go and corner Brandy
I know.
in the bathroom and attempt to rape her on camera. She escapes and informs the guys as they come walking back in because Giggles apparently was not there. They confront the 2, get the camera back, and then just leave.
Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense.
Let's just clarify something, if it's okay. Let's say we left our wives alone.
Yeah.
In a place like that. That's stupid. We would never do that. But would you? Let's say
Okay.
you're
on.
with your friends. This is the situation, right? Now keep in mind, Brandy's boyfriend is in this group. So now you're Brandy's boyfriend. Brandy is now your wife. You go outside. You now left your wife in a shady ass bar in backwoods Louisiana. You come back inside and find out these 2 Deliverance-looking motherfuckers just tried to rape her in the bathroom. Are you just leaving?
Oh, I would probably be breaking some fucking people's faces.
Right?
Like, I'm definitely trying to go to jail.
Especially with my friends, like, it would be an
We're not
all-out...
very... Yeah.
It would be
we're
an
not
all-out
very
bar brawl.
calm.
Yet for some reason, these guys
None of them
just...
did it.
They were like, okay, well, we got our camera back. Let's go. What is that? That is like the dumbest fucking...
It's the pussiest shit ever. Sorry
It's
to
like-
say it like that, but...
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like you want to fight a guy because he's getting in your face because you rightfully either did fuck someone he knows or just because you were recording it and he's like, oh, how would you like it if I fucked her? You want to bash his fucking head in. But 2 guys are actively trying to rape her, and the only reason it didn't happen was because she managed to get away from them. And at this point, you just go, oh, we got the camera back, you're okay, let's get out of here. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's when, like, a fight should have happened. And a fight didn't happen. And that's probably, like, the one point of the... I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't... It's like, that's stupid. But, that night, they parked once again in the middle of nowhere, trying to relax and decompress from what just happened. Why are they parked in the middle of nowhere? Why are they not
Because
parked someplace?
They've managed to do every wrong thing they
Right?
possibly could.
Like, okay,
Legitimate.
someone broke into your place. Someone left a fucking cow heart. Brandy almost got raped. Your shit almost got stolen. Let's
You'd
park in the
figure
middle
you'd
of the
go.
woods. Let's just park in the middle of the
Yeah.
woods. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't,
fuck it. We might as well go.
It's like, man, whatever. That night they're relaxing, trying to decompress from whatever something's thrown at the RV. They look outside, they don't see anyone, but then they hear someone walking around on the roof. Whoever's on the roof cuts the power, and they're trying to figure out how to get it back on. They know all the doors are locked. Not that that matters, because
Not that it ever met. Yeah.
they managed to get in the last time when they locked the door, but that's whatever. Someone yells to start the RV. Maybe that'll power everything on. So I guess Jeff. I know Bobby. I know Zach. I know Brandy, and I know Mikey. I think there's 2 other people there, or one other person. I don't know. Someone started it, man. Someone who doesn't matters started the Jeep, the RV. And the lights, the headlights shoot on, and the RV is surrounded by scare actors. They're then startled by, I don't know if it's someone up against the window or if it's just a mask. Right? Was it? It was a clown face.
No.
But was it someone's
from the
face?
RV?
Yeah.
No, there were 4 masks for them to wear.
No. This isn't that part yet. This is the scare actors that surround it, and then there's like a noise at the side, and they turn around, and it's a clown mask, but I don't remember if it's an actual person like looking in the window or if it's just being held up. And then when they turn back around, all the scare actors are gone. Do you not remember that scene?
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't remember if it was a person or not.
Yeah. But yeah, they're gone. They go around. They look around the windows to see if they're like around the back or whatever. They're not there. They check to make sure everything is still locked, and cut to more B-roll of Brandy interviewing people. The next morning, while cooking breakfast, something slams into the RV. Slams into the RV, giggling. As they run away, they open the door to find a pumpkin that says "Carve me." After cutting it open, they find instructions.
I I thought that shit was gonna have like blood or a body in there.
Nope, just has instructions.
What I thought.
Just has instructions on how to meet their connections to the blue skeletons on Bourbon Street. Why are you trusting this? Right? Like, as a logical...
They're the most trusting fucking people ever.
Clearly, you were told to go find Giggles at that bar. Like, they're probably... They know that these are the people... Like, this group is posting on this forum about blue skeletons. Where's this thing? Where's that thing? And then when you go to... They're on these haunt websites, so it's like all these other haunts have people on this. And then they're posting on it asking about blue skeletons. Then they're there talking about the blue skeletons. So then the people at the attractions are now writing on the forums about these people there. That's how they knew. So it's like the scare actors set them up in Baton Rouge. Yeah. So it's someone is following them. So it's like now you have the scare actors around. Now you got this cut open and it's like, oh, here's instructions on how to find the blue skeletons on Bourbon Street. Why the fuck would you go? I'd be like, we're at the end. It's this is it. We're done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trust this. How do we know that this isn't another trap? Like, after what they just did.
It's been one big trap after another.
Yeah.
And it seems like the more and more people that they fuck with seem to be reoccurring. Like, they keep on coming back. Like, they're clearly starting to follow you throughout Texas.
Yeah, I'd be like, we're done. Goodbye. The group arrives at Bourbon Street.
But that one guy just doesn't want to stop. He just wants to keep going.
It's like, good job, dickface. The group arrives on Bourbon Street during a Halloween festival. They're looking for anyone wearing a blue skeleton mask. It's a madhouse. In the commotion, Jeff is lured away into an alley and finds himself cornered by the clown, that young creepy actress in the porcelain doll mask.
The porcelain doll mask, yeah.
And the actor in the bunny suit, which is, I think, besides the porcelain
one
mask,
of the fucking creepiest fucking ones.
I don't like that. You should look up the Bunny Man. No, the Bunny Man.
Bunny Man.
Yeah, I think it's like the Bunny Man of like West Virginia or something like that. It's fucking weird. The masked group attacks and abducts Jeff. The rest of the group is looking for him. They try calling him, but only receive a message for them to go to another location. So, like the idiots, they're finally coming to the aid of one of their own. They travel down some narrow ass roads, but once they approach like this intersection, a bus pulls up and blocks their way. They receive a text telling them to leave the RV or else Jeff will be killed. Zach complies. He leaves the RV while the rest are screaming for him to get the fuck back in the RV.
Fucking take his ass.
And nobody else gets out and they're like, fuck you, we ain't going. And then they
They
get a
really
text
would let that
message.
guy die.
Yeah, they get a text message like, I think it was like, surprise, and they're like, what? And then all the
They
fucking group
answer.
fucking come shooting through the fucking back. How'd they get in the back? How'd they
Yep.
get in there?
Every last one of them, like it's a clown car, but bumps.
Most of the group is dragged out by the attackers, who bust through the windows and charge out of the bedroom. The group is then hooded and bound by zip ties before being driven off in the bus. The rest of the group is freaking the fuck out, but Zach insists that this
Ooh.
must be part of the Blue Skeleton experience. Fuck you, Zach. You are the worst friend. You are a piece of
He
shit.
is.
I would have
He does
to.
not care. He would rather you go through all of this just for fucking reading.
Yeah, I would rather just chill with Mikey and his problematic ass than deal with your bullshit. At least with Mikey, I know like there's a chance I'm gonna have just sex I just don't want. It's gonna be like some cracked out stripper, and he's like, nah, she's got a friend, come on. And it's like, well, whatever.
Take one for the team.
The men are dragged out at one location, and then Brandy is driven to a second location. The bus stops, and all the attackers get off except for the last one, who tells Brandy at the count of 30 she can remove her hood. She's given a camera and told to film everything that she sees.
Much good, yeah.
The group members wander through their like respective rooms. Mikey finds himself in like a dirty ass Texas Chainsaw Massacre house as the creepy sounds are heard of like that random old like creepy music. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like when you hear it, you're like, oh, nothing good is gonna happen right now.
Happens from this. Someone's about to die.
Yeah. And then I think he's scared by a little girl, like a creepy little girl that's in there. That was him, right? Or was that Zach? I'm pretty sure that was him because Zach is just in a dark room,
Yes.
right?
Well,
and then
no. Continue.
yeah, because like he's in a dark. I think he's in like Zach's in a dark room with mannequins, right?
I think he is.
And then he gets beat up.
And then then he gets
Who is it? Bobby is walking around with a flashlight and comes across a room with Mikey trapped in it. The light in Mikey's room goes out and he's attacked. Bobby is then attacked in a room. Bobby's attacked in a room of mannequins. Brandy at one point is chased by the big dude in a mask. Basically, the group is terrorized before being buried alive in coffins by the Blue Skeleton members. Everyone is locked in coffins with cameras inside them as the Blue Skeletons bury them. Brandy very quickly gives up and starts going crazy as the rest of the guys start smashing around in their respective coffins. Cut to B-roll of Brandy interviewing another scare actor with a few loose screws. And that is the end of the House October Build.
Yeah, I'm sitting there and the wife was like, "Wait, what is she in?" I'm like, "That's a fucking no. That's a trunk." I'm like, "I've watched Goodfellas enough to know that's a trunk."
At the beginning of the movie, she's in a trunk. The end of the movie, she's in a coffin.
No.
Yeah, because she's being buried.
She's all turned up. No, but she's being buried. Yeah.
Yeah, and the movie ends with her being buried in
the
there.
coffin, yeah.
But the beginning of the movie, she's in a trunk. But what are your
on her way there?
Yeah, what's your that's the end. What's your verdict?
Oh, 4 to 5.
Yeah.
Full on entertainment. My biggest issues were they made it sound like this is what they do. This is their job. They go to places, they try to like debunk or like find out what's going on.
And that's not at
So
all
you
what their
should
jobs
know.
are.
No, not at all. Because in my mind, I like a lot of horror films.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting and I'm paying for you to make me throw up. I want you to get me sick to my stomach. I want you to make me look away, like when you made me watch Two Girls, One Cup. Like I need to know, like that's what you're gonna give me. I gave you the money
the nails
for this.
being dragged?
Don't I just fucking put a goddamn cracker in my mouth, you asshole. Oh, you're a dick. I already feel my mouth watering. You're a fucking asshole.
I wish I knew what that sound was. Are you talking like nails on a chalkboard or like actual like nails you
just
hammer
shut up.
into?
Oh, I'm gonna mute you in it. I'm gonna mute you in a minute. You're gonna make me fucking throw up, dude. Don't do that.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out if you mean like fingernails or like hammer nails.
No, fingernails.
Oh.
Don't you remember The Grudge when the fucking nail goes through the I'm done. I'm gonna fucking throw up. Stop. It's fucking gross, bro.
I now found your fucking Achilles heel.
I've told you that a million times, bro. I can't do fucking the nails thing. All the other stuff is fine for me, man. You can pull people's eyelashes out one eyelash at a time. I don't give a fuck. Take the tongue out. It's cool. I'm good with all that horror film shit. When it comes to nails, It's creepy as fuck, bro.
But yeah, you were talking about how they made it seem that like they were professional like haunted housers.
Oh yeah, this is what they do. So in my mind, if I was going through all of these, I would literally be like, okay, so how would I gonna tell that they're not faking, it's real? I'm not gonna pay attention. I'm gonna walk right by the guy getting murdered because I'm gonna think that guy's doing a fucking phenomenal job scaring me right now.
Yeah.
You go, Mr. Murderer, you kill. I would just spill his guts everywhere. Because if you remember one of the interviews, it's like, well, what was your most scared or haunted night or whatever it was? And they said they actually had a guy, a paraplegic or a triple amputee in the middle of a field next to entrails, and he was so good on his like crawling that they made it look like he was disemboweled. Like, that's badass. I'm glad that he was comfortable to do that, and it was that scary. That's the quality you would think these people would think. That I'm not going in looking for some sweatshop fucking horror house. I'm not looking to see if anybody is hanging from the rafters that are really dead. I'm gonna think that's some good fucking work right there. That's what I have to say. I thought that was a little bit fucking little bit like and all of that.
Like the only attraction that was like, oh, that was good was that first one they went to.
The very first house? The one where they got really like the really scary one?
Yeah, the first one they went to because it wasn't disgusting, and
I think I like the grittier one though.
You see, I just that
only because it
like
made it scarier.
Is for me, that's not scary. That's just disgusting.
Oh,
you know,
no,
it's the same way.
Like but I'm used to like the leatherhead basement, wet, nasty hair stuck on things.
It's the way, like, you know, some people like, oh my god, the human centipede was so scary, and it's like,
it wasn't scary. It was just stupid and gross.
That is like, it's like looking at a wall of vomit and diarrhea.
Looking at a wall of vomit and diarrhea.
That's essentially like what
graphic ass fucking.
Yeah, but it's like that's what like the human centipede for me is. It's that
terrible.
That last haunted house, that's what that was like. It was the one with like that gross clown where they were like sex offenders, like, oh my god,
better go.
Yeah, it's like, ugh, it's a wall of vomit and diarrhea. I don't like it. It's not scary, it's just disgusting. I don't want to look at it.
I feel dirty when I watch it.
But yeah, like I'm a 4. I really like this movie. If it's on, I'm gonna watch it. If I'm bored, I'm gonna watch it. I think I had it on while I was writing like an actual script, like a film script. Just so it's like background noise, like hearing their voices. Like I don't even have to look at it to know like what's happening at what point. And yeah, I think like the acting was fairly good. I think the choices that were made by the characters in a lot of aspects was stupid. Like,
yeah,
you know,
I could say that. I would agree with that. I mean, but on top of that, I feel like they played the characters to their
like. Yeah. I think Mikey stole the show. Mike Rowe, he was
AKA fucking
Ryan Dunn.
What Ryan Dunn.
Yeah. I think he stole the show. He was very charismatic the whole time. Very problematic, but he was very charismatic the whole way. That like, I feel like the main star, I guess, of it was
the
Brandy.
girl. No, yeah, they made it around her.
But like, didn't really do anything. They put her through some haunted things, and then she almost gets raped in a bathroom. It's like, I feel like there's more shit happening with Mikey than with Mikey than anyone else.
Well, because he's dramatic.
Yeah. But yeah, besides that,
I kept on saying, I'm like, dude, don't hit the fucking clown. Don't hit the fucking clown. I'm like, this is why you get killed. You assault the fucking the murderous mob, and then they come after you. If you just let him go, you might live to see another day. He didn't hit him. But I was like, I don't know, bro. You pissed them off. Never pissed off the people that can disappear.
To see another day?
No, they died.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they died. No, see, that's what I said to her. I was like, well, they didn't show him dying. It's like, yeah, but they got buried.
You showed him getting buried?
You sure? Yeah, I'm like, I don't really know. I'm like, there's a second one.
You should watch House October Built 2. Octoberize.
Octoberize.
Yeah. This is a 4. Like I said, I love this movie. It's great. If I gave this a 4, I'd probably give the second one a 3.
Oh,
It's like,
that's
yeah,
a very
it's
big
not as good as
downgrade.
it's not as good as this one, but it's yeah. Like if you haven't seen the House October built, go see the House October built.
Yes.
Fun
For
facts:
sure.
if interviews and IMDb is to be believed, the Triple X sign seen off the highway for Dreamers
That's
at
real.
2705 Interstate 35 frontage road. That's Highway 35.
Yeah.
That's in Hillsborough, Texas. I think that's the thing that I drive past, like going to Dallas. I'm pretty sure that's the sign.
I think it's 100% real.
I had mentioned this, I believe, not last week. I believe I mentioned this the last podcast we recorded, that this was filmed twice.
Yeah. It was filmed twice?
Twice.
They lost the footage?
Nope. The House October built was actually filmed twice, once in standard definition and again in high definition. They were working with a small budget and standard definition equipment. Director Bobby Rowe stated, "It was 2010 and we were at the cusp of HD. The problem is I shot the original The House October built in standard definition. The original looks raw and grainy and you're not able to blow it up very well in theaters. So we ended up redoing a lot of the movie with a lot bigger budget because we ran credit cards for the first ones. We took the Clerks approach."
Oh, no way.
So yeah, the first one they filmed with what they got, and then when it came time to like actually be able to blow it up, standard definition like 480 does not look good on the big screen. So with they were given like a little bit more money to get better equipment to then come through and essentially like refilm like a bunch of sections.
To an upgraded, yeah.
What is it? Bobby Rowe took the Borat approach in creating the House October build by putting his actors in the middle of real scare environments. Rowe gave his audience a more authentic movie, stating in an interview, "I can't get the 'that's not what really happened' flack because that is what happened."
What happened, yeah.
So what I think they did, because they use GoPros for like a lot of shit.
Yeah, you could see him in the film, him holding them.
Yeah, I think the only stuff that was reshot was the shit that didn't take place at the haunted like at the haunt attractions. I think they got those at the time that they got it. It's what they had.
Cut it out.
And because you notice like there's very little stuff that's actually shown at these like haunted places, right? Like it's quick cuts. It's usually in like dark areas. You can push a little bit. It's not great, but if you look whenever they're in the RV, they usually have the bigger camera. There's still GoPros,
you see that fucking huge camera he put down on the counter?
That's the HD
that thing was
camera.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
So
that's one thing I will say about this movie,
that
though.
They reshot.
There's some scenes that were very much found footage, and then there's some of them I'm like, this isn't a found footage film. Like they kind of kept on going back and forth with the scenery.
That's about it, because I think there was a budget anywhere. House October bit. We'll go to the Wikipedia. Yeah, there's no got a 60% Rotten Tomatoes score. That's
it could be a little higher.
Hey, I would go 70, but that's whatever. Doesn't have a budget. And from the interviews that I read, I didn't see anywhere where he stated a budget. Next up, next week, is going to be the Netflix original film, The Ritual.
This movie was fucking mint.
This is... I don't know if I've given any film a 5 yet.
Did you really?
I don't think I've given any film on the list of 5. A lot of 4s, a couple of 3s, and a couple of 2s, but I don't know.
I think we both did The Void.
The Void might have been a 5, but if The Void is a 5, for me, The Ritual is a 10.
Rob would have loved this place. He's a good man. The best of us.
Now, is it me, or is it really quiet in here?
And that is The Ritual. That will be next week's video.
Such a good movie.
I'll give a little bit of a fun fact, because it's not really a fun fact. The director of The Ritual is actually directing the new Hellraiser movie for Hulu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're still making fucking Hellraiser movies?
It's like a reimagining. It's a complete reboot. The Pinhead is a woman.
Oh, I heard about this one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, Clive Barker's there. Like let me see if I can pull up the fucking Pinhead. They got new Cenobites in it and shit. Looks good. Like it looks creepy. I think what the director had said was who's the guy that is usually Pinhead? Doug Bradley?
Oh,
right?
I don't think that guy's around anymore.
No, I'm pretty sure he's still alive. He was pissed because it might have been like Netflix or someone made like another Hellraiser movie with like a male Pinhead and it's awful and they didn't bring him back, and he's like, I've spent like 25 years of my life like doing this role, like he is Pinhead. And so it's like the director of it was all like Doug Bradley is that Pinhead. Like if we're rebooting it for like a whole new universe and world, like we can't just redo Doug Bradley. Like there is only one Doug Bradley, so this is our take on it. And I think she looks good. She looks fucking creepy as shit. I like it. I'm down. I'll watch it. Hellraiser's probably one of the, you know how I don't like gross movies.
Oh, I love Hellraiser.
And like Hellraiser is a gross movie, but it's Clive Barker is so he's so good at like crafting that world and like getting you to care about that shit that it's the only like gross like film that like I guess
thing that you watch.
Good. Yeah, it's like it's good, and it's because of him. But he's also the only reason I watched that movie, Nightbreed. But that is the end of the spooky horror show for this week. Next week will be The Ritual. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. And we will see all of you next week. Bye.